Going live. And we're live. Okay, hey everyone. Okay, this episode is making beautiful music together. So, firstly, I'll share some progress in the tooling I've been working on to help me out with the music. It was a tool I started working on when I was making that the Hungry Dinosaurs game. It was pretty much in its infancy back then. I just needed it to speed me up with pumping out a few songs via the play command. Um, but since then, yeah, I've tried to make it a bit more sophisticated. For maybe I can walk you through. I put some help on, the keyboard shortcuts involved to do various things. So from the past memories of it, perhaps you might remember, playing a few notes, typing in a few notes here, pressing the return key. Hopefully you hear those notes there. Then maybe using the cursor keys to go down to a different voice and maybe doing a bass line, whatever. Every time I press return on a single line, I get that sound. And I press return there, I get that line. If I want to play all lines together, I press shift and return. The tempo, I can move with the plus and minus keys, or minus and equals in Zemu. So yeah, bring it faster, so forth. Anything else? Okay, but oh yeah, and moving to the previous chunk, so that's the first chunk. Let's say I'll use the greater than arrow to make another chunk, and maybe like a da, da, da. And this one I'll keep on going that way. So yeah, oh sorry, that's a less than key to bring it back to the first chunk, and this second chunk. So I'm doing a greater than return, shift return. Okay, so new stuff in here is F7 for this envelope editor. So if I press F7, hopefully some of these things maybe look familiar from the basic 65 manual. So those envelopes via the envelope, actually might as well look at the envelope command. Basic 65, where is envelope? Yeah, basically these preset ones that Commodore provided out of its list of 10 preset envelopes. Yeah, so they're all listed here now. But now you can fiddle with them. So maybe if you don't want this to be a piano, you can press. I'm using cursor keys to move through the various fields. Return key. You could change this to whatever you want. I don't know, funky bass or whatever. I don't know. And start fiddling with attack. You can either use equals or plus or minus, or you could use the enter key or shift enter. Some fields, like the big fields, you could do like shift plus or shift equals or shift minus to go by hundreds, or plus and minus to go by little bits. Or you could press enter on them and then type in a value. Maybe you want it to be 500 and you don't want to dig all that way there. Same with some of these, like pulse width. You could either use minus or plus, or you could use return, and jump between them. But having like when you fiddle with these, you probably want to listen to them. So I've rigged up a lot of the keyboard keys to act like a piano. So all the ASDF, like if I do A, S, D, F, G, H, J, K. Oh, I don't have a K, but if you want to move up and down an octave, I forgot to document that in this line, but it's less than will bring this octave down to 4. Less than, octave 3. Less than, octave 2. I can barely hear it. Octave 6. And so forth. So you can have a fiddle. To hear the other instruments, you could just go down with the cursor key, ASDF. Down. Have a quick listen of each of them. And yeah, these will get saved out in the file. Like once you save out a file or your song, it'll save out your preferred envelope. And below, underneath, I've also added some presets for different types of filters. I mean, I'm not much of a filter expert, but I had a little play. So you can go up and down whichever filter you're interested in. Oh, sorry. To jump between these two is the tab key. So I'm in editing envelopes, tab. I'm editing filters. And if I want to turn a filter on or off, I can press the space bar. And when it's on now, I can start bashing ASDF. So you can hear this one is kind of fiddling with the cutoff frequency of the filter in real time, which is just an attempt to see if they add some flavor. And right now, directions up, maximum frequency 1000, minimum's 100, sweep rate is 10. I mean, we could try change sweep rate to 1, let's say. So if I play now, a bit more gentler. If I maybe change it to 20, a bit faster. Ooh. Or maybe I change the direction to down. So I'll go shift enter. Sorry, shift oscillate and none. So yeah, take your pick and you can jump between these plus, space on this, space on this, down, space, space, so forth. So I'm not playing too much heavily with filters right now, but mainly later on I can fiddle with those. So to exit out of this envelope editor, you do the MEGA exit and you get back to your string list. And after you've made a few chunks, you probably want to join them together into like a melody. So I've added this F9 or in Zemu Control P to get the sequence editor. So you do Control P. It's not terribly glamorous right now, but you could do A to add something. So if you want the first chunk, that's chunk 0. The extra stuff was like maybe if you want an extra field for extra sort of abilities. For now, let's say I made it repeat. So maybe repeat it twice. So if I was to play all with shift return, it's played the first chunk twice. And if I was, let's say, to do A for add, and then I'd make this one, or to edit the command, I type enter or return, and then change this to chunk 1, and then play chunk 1. Yeah. So if we want to change that back to 1, we could then shift return. Did I have I've added extra commands in. So like if I want to insert like a filter at the front, so I press I for insert. Those sorts of commands are a little bit funny though, like because you press enter on this return, and then you have to use minus values for those funny commands. So -1, I made that like a tempo setting. So all right, maybe we want tempo of 15. So if I play shift return, that might mean later on in the song you might want to change the tempo. You could maybe add another one, -1, and maybe change to 20, and add 0, add, oops, yeah, that's a bit awkward. I'll fix that later. So yeah, that sort of stuff. But yeah, adding a filter, I'll do insert one here. So I'll return -2 is filter, and you can just pick a number based on that filter list. So 0 was that one, 1 was that one, 2, so forth. So if I was to play them now, it's not using the filter because just bail out of this with a MEGA. To turn the filter on and off, you use X1. It's mentioned in the notes for the play command. That'll turn the filter on for that field. So there you go, you can hear it already. So if we go back with less than, I put the X1 on here. So yeah, if we go back to F9 or Control P to the sequence set, if I play it now and press Shift Return, yeah, so that's the gist of it. Anything else to show? More that I've been trying to sequence a song for the game. It's been proving hard work. Can I bail out of this? Let me just exit to be sure. Just run it again. It's funny, the song I was aiming for was only 3 minutes long, but already I've only just sort of nearly finished the melody. But despite that, it's taken almost the entire day. I had the day off from work. They had a special fun day from work. And yeah, it's funny that I thought it would be an easy song to do, but it's proven to be very difficult. I thought I'd do another sort of. Back in my youth, I loved world music, and this was an album I had from those days, and I loved this song, and I wanted to try and annotate it. It's only 3.5 minutes long, but already it's probably over 10 hours just trying to nut the melody out of this thing. And as I did it, I kind of kept stretching the tool. Like I initially had only 20 chunks for this tool, but I've gone over that. So there's a lot of variation, it seems, a very subtle variation in the melody, and I'm trying to capture all of that. Um, I mean, yeah, I guess I can showcase a little bit, but it probably won't sound terrific right now. So if I went into F9 menu, um, so how to describe what it was I'm up to here? Well, yeah, well, let's have a listen. Shift return. It's going to sound very childish for now because it's just the melody. But I can forward it through. We've got some muted strumming later on. Oops. Maybe I'll do Shift Enter from this point. Oh, sorry, spacebar. Sorry. If you want to jump to different parts of the sequence, you can press spacebar at that point. So yeah, all this pitch bendy stuff I'm trying to capture. So yeah, as for that's just the main melody mostly, and I'm gonna have to revisit this and spend a few more hours on whatever bass lines and a bit of drumming and things like that. So yeah, this turned out to be quite a time sink just to get one song out. But maybe next time I'll pick an easier song. Um, Maybe I'll leave it at that. Yeah, you don't have to watch me nutting out a song. I think I've had other music like videos demonstrating the play command to show how I nut out a song. Or maybe I can show a little bit. Like, I mean, I'm listening to pieces of the song, a piece at a time. So I'll jump into the song. I'll listen to it a little bit. And if the notes are going too fast for my ears to hear, YouTube's got a slow down feature. If you do like the less than arrow, you can slow down the speed. You can bring it back a little bit and listen to it a bit slower. So yeah, that's what I'll be doing for the rest of the night. I think just trying to nut out the main melody and copy it bar by bar. So if I could do Q, I'm up to chunk 24 right now, so I'll be adding more notes to sort of capture those bits and pieces, and put the chunks in the sequence, and eventually there's 30 seconds left of the song, and I'm sure it'll take a few hours to sort that out, and then I'll have to go back bass and drums and all that. So yeah, anyway, I'll leave it at that, and that's where I'm at. Okay, I'll call it a night. See you all.